right, and we are back with another episode. Joining me, I have a couple members from the Dungarees band. How's it going, guys?
Pretty good. How are you doing, Cody?
I'm doing fantastic. I see you got the little one with you there, James.
Yeah, little Watson is here just to make sure that I don't say anything inappropriate.
I love it. Love it. All right, starting out, guys. Tell us a little bit about the band, how you guys met and came together.
Well, we had all known each other. I mean, we've been together, 12 or 13 years now. And we all knew each other because we were all in different original projects or, in Edmonton here for a number of years. So we knew each other through the scene. And then eventually James and I started talking about putting together a project of, kind of like-minded musicians. And we reached out to some of the other guys and everybody was in. So, we started just wanting to do, some of our favorite classic country tunes, and it's actually never, it was never designed or planned for us to write original music or record even or tour.
Right.
We just wanted to have sort of a bit of a passion project away from our original projects. And then pretty quickly we started writing and recording and touring. And that's kind of the way it's been for the last, the first 2 years we weren't doing that, but the last 10 years, obviously we've been, releasing singles, touring, recording, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we just knew each other from around the Edmonton scene here and we've been enjoyed being together ever since.
Absolutely. And yeah, tell me about the name. How'd you guys come up with the name? I know it's like a pant and all that stuff, but what made you guys name yourselves the Dungarees?
It is a bit of an internal mystery how it's and somebody approached me one time and they said, no, you told me years ago if you were ever going to start a new project, you were going to call it the Dungarees. And I don't remember having told that person that, but she brought it to my attention maybe about 5 years ago. So I don't recall. I don't recall feeling that way. I don't recall insisting we call ourselves that.
I do. I remember you insisting that we call ourselves that.
Yeah. So, for better or worse, that's what we're called now. But yeah, we get that question a lot. The term it kind of means it depends on where in the world you are, but it means kind of like work pants or coveralls. In Australia, it means something slightly different. And we thought it was a very Australian word, actually.
And for sure. And then we thought okay, well, at least we won't be asked about the name when we get over to Australia. It won't be the first thing coming out of people's mouths. What's the name mean? Because they'll definitely know that word. Turns out, no, they also don't know what Dungarees means. So it's a talking point, at least,
Every time, because I was like, I know what it is. I was like, I just don't know why they've named it. I've never asked them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I wish we had a better answer or story for you, but I don't know. I guess I must have been attached to the name or the word for some reason.
That's too funny. Well, hey.
And, in hindsight, clearly I thought more people were aware of what it meant than really there were.
That's fair.
I guess I didn't do enough research on my own end.
Hey, it's working. It works. Cool. So you guys have been direct support for artists such as Miranda Lambert, Shelton and more. You guys personally have favorite memories that you can remember with these?
I think for me it would be going out on the road for a handful of dates with Dwight Yoakam. That was a real kind of bucket list for us, and so kind of being able to watch them play and see how they sort of operate as a band and listening to them. They had a sound check, which of course is totally normal. And then that night we played a gig, and then Dwight is a taskmaster and he insisted that they have another sound check and rehearsal that night after the show. So it just goes to show, at any level that you are, they're still rehearsing and practicing. And so that was kind of a good lesson for us to keep working hard and keep us on our toes for sure.
Very cool. How about you, Rob?
I think the two that I remember the most was the first big arena show we played was with Reba McEntire, and it was in Calgary at the Saddle Dome where the Flames play. And the first one would have been just hearing us come through the full PA for the first time in an arena. That was real cool. And then same night, just being able to stand side stage, right at the monitor board there and just watch and listen to a superstar. And that was really cool.
What kind of feeling do you guys get like staring out at a crowd like that compared to, like, let's say Calgary Stampede?
I think that each show has its different kind of excitement and reasons. I'm sure we all have butterflies even after all these years, still stepping out on any stage. But let's face it, stepping out in front of 16,000 people, hearing that sound, the sound of a crowd coming at you, you almost feel it, like it hits you physically, and so I think that that's probably one of the biggest differences, but it's still pretty exciting playing in front of 200 people as it is in front of 16,000. Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. And for someone who's never heard your guys' sound before, how would you describe it to someone?
Well, I mean, we've tried to really draw on some of our favorite influences. We talk about Dwight Yoakam, and kind of the honky tonk feel is sort of where this all started for us. But some of the more, I guess in our time frame, some of the more classics like, Steve Earle, Dwight Yoakam, that's where our instincts and our influences really come from, a more traditional country sense. And then, in the last, I would say 4 or 5 years, we've sort of moved more towards, maybe more reflective, more serious types of content and songs. We used to have a kind of policy where every song had to be 1,000,000 miles an hour so we could get the crowd into it. And that worked for a number of years, but then, we started to notice, it might not be a bad idea to add, maybe some slower, more introspective, songs and concepts in there. And
possibly because we were exhausted halfway through the set.
I was going to say.
So, I mean, I think we've sort of really matured over the last probably 5 or 6 years in our content, and the songwriting, I think, has really, really matured as well. So I think there's something there for everybody if they're a country music fan.
The songwriting's matured. Maybe we haven't.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Do you guys just write as a band, or do you guys do a lot of co-writing?
Both.
Yeah.
Both. I mean, we've had songs we released that were pitched to us by our producer. We've had a number of singles that we wrote. Internally, we've had singles that we've co-written. I mean, we've co-written a lot with a lot of other people. That's the most common sort of method for us. So, I don't think I have a preference, to be honest with you. If it's a good song, whether someone brings it to you or whether you create it, I mean, obviously it's very rewarding to have written a song that, is very successful. But, to me, at the end of the day, if the song resonates with people and they love the song and they want to listen to it, and they want to watch you and hear you play it, I'm all for, whether it was pitched to us, whether it's a co-write, whether, we wrote it internally. I look at it as a really great opportunity to have access to, a great song. So.
Perfect. Love it. All right. Let's chat about the new single, Rain. Tell us about it and how it all kind of came together.
I think over the last year, I am sure this echoes the sentiment of a lot of people, but we were kind of forced into this downtime, and I think maybe despite it being extremely difficult for everybody, especially like musicians, the industry has just basically collapsed or been put on pause for almost 2 years. I think in the end, we felt like it was a time for us to not necessarily regroup, but be ready to put our best foot forward. And with that, I think was maybe just a bit of we just wanted to have a positive spin on this, look, it's been tough for everybody, and but there is sort of hope in the future that this too shall pass, and that we're going to be coming out the other side, that much stronger. And I think that's where this song comes from. It's got a hopeful vibe, and I think that just reflects how we're feeling these days.
Very cool. Okay. And available on all platforms?
You bet. Yeah.
Do you guys have plans for a music video for this song, or just lyric video, anything?
We've always put out videos. I don't know, we haven't shot anything, but we are notoriously by the seat of our pants. So we will have a video. I can say pretty confidently that we'll have a video. We just shot something the other day that was a live performance of this song. So we'll have some live content of the song as well coming out in the next little while.
Very cool. Awesome. And do you guys have shows lined up at all coming up?
We do. We've got a couple shows coming up in March. It's a unique concept. One thing, we've been trying to do this concept for a long time, and we just never really found the time or kind of the project to take on. But we're going to be doing a couple shows where we only play the songs from Blue Rodeo's 5 Days in July album. So we're going to play the album in its entirety. We're all enormous fans of the band. And, we've been trying to find a time to be able to do this because it was something we were excited about. And so, with the time off that we've all had, now was the chance for us to be able to work on that.
Sure.
Without having other touring dates sort of, conflicting or just overwhelming us. So we're going to be doing 2 of those. I'm not sure.
March 19th in Calgary at the King Eddie, and March 25th at Festival Place in Sherwood Park.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's my stomping grounds.
Right on.
Love it. Perfect. What else is next for you guys aside from the shows, the release of the single?
Well, getting out to tour would be nice again. But yeah, I think just kind of getting our lives back as far as even being able to play festivals, getting to festivals, all that kind of stuff. The last 2 years we've had, James has got a young one now, and the other guys have some younger kids that have grown. So we've had a lot of changes. We took a bit of a pause too. Deliberately because of the slowdown of things. So, I think for us, even just getting back out there and being able to play again as a group is the main focus. And we're working on, some dates upcoming, especially with the new single coming out, and some festival dates getting finalized. So, that's probably what we're looking forward to the most.
We have lots of songs recorded too from the last basically 2 years. And so I think Rain will be the lead single of what eventually will be probably an EP coming in the next 3-4 months kind of thing.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And do you guys find with COVID and everything the last 2 years, it sucked for the industry, but do you find like it was kind of a little bit of a good break at all? Or do you feel like, because I know some artists are kind of like, man, I was playing 180 shows a year or doing this, and they're like, I didn't realize how busy I was. Did you guys have that effect, or was it kind of just like, man, I just want to get back out there?
I think if it had to happen, and of course I don't think any of us wanted it to happen, but if it had to happen, it happened at a good time in the trajectory of the Dungarees. We'd been going pretty hard for as Rob mentioned, almost over a decade actually. So I think we felt confident that we were going to keep doing this. It just so maybe in hindsight it was nice to have a bit of a break, and now that we're coming back at it and we really have the drive because it's been so long, I think it's going to be that much more of a a bolster for us to just go at it hard, you know? So I think you're right. I think we found that's the silver lining. It was a nice break.
For sure. And I mean, you guys had the time like to prep the show and all that stuff. So
Exactly.
some things are coming out of it, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So cool. All right, guys. Well, last thing, tell everyone where they can find you on social media.
Well, I mean, we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Our handles are not identical on all of them. James here with the Dungarees Band.
The Dungarees Band on Instagram, and then on Twitter we are Dungarees Band, and then on Facebook it's /the Dungarees.
Dungarees.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, guys. We'll go grab their newest single, Rain, and stay tuned. Follow them, and I hope to see you guys soon. Are you guys coming to CMAB Awards, by the way?
You bet. We'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Well, I will see you there because I'm going as well.
Awesome. Right on.
Awesome.
And yeah, take care. Enjoy the rest of the day. And yeah, I'll see you there.
Awesome. Thanks,
Thanks,
Cody.
Cody.
Have a good one.
Take it easy. Bye-bye.
Yeah.